coming to you on Tuesday, the 13th of June. I started filming this a few minutes ago and said it was March, so that's always fun. Um, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well and getting lots of time to stitch. We are doing fine here. Summer's in full gear. Maddie's back from Costa Rica. Both children are gainfully employed and working lots of hours. I've been doing a lot of stitching and quite a bit of rug cooking and just doing the normal keeping up with the garden and the flowers and cleaning house and all of that good stuff. One exciting announcement, as most of you know, we have an older daughter who is going to be 25 tomorrow. Actually, is her birthday. And exciting news, she got engaged to her longtime boyfriend not last night, but Sunday night. So I'm going to be planning helping her plan an October wedding. She calls me every morning on her way to work, and we have about 15 minutes to chat. She lives in Colorado. And so we have been chatting about wedding things each morning before work, and it's very exciting. Anyway, this is just going to be a really quick update to show you what I've been working on. I'm going to try to do, I have decided, weekly updates that are shorter. The last update that I did was over an hour, and it took several hours to upload, and so I just think quick 15-minute videos on my iPad to quick show you what's going on is good. So we'll try that, maybe do that once a week or once every 10 days or something like that, and just kind of see how it goes. So what have I been working on? Well, thanks to Vanna's inspiration and motivation and incentivization, I have started 2 new projects that I actually had planned to start and had bought charts, but was going to do, well, one of them. I realized I say all the time in my videos. I'm going to really try hard not to do that. It's going to be tough. I can just, it's right there at the tip of my tongue. Anyway, one of the charts is the early Americans, and the first 3 are out. The first 3 charts for that, it's Martha Washington, like John Hancock, and maybe Betsy Ross. But I was going to do those individually, and then Vanna published a free border that is just phenomenal, that reminds me of flag bunting. And I thought how much fun it would be to do that border and do them all as one. So I've switched my idea around, and I went ahead and ordered some fabric from 123 Stitch. I ordered this fabric after watching Vanna's video last week. I want to say I ordered it like on maybe Friday or maybe even like on Saturday night. And I had it came on Tuesday. No, today's Tuesday, isn't it? Must have ordered it on Thursday and it came on Saturday. I mean, it just came so quick. So anyway, they didn't have the called for fabric that I think there's a called for fabric for this, the early Americans, or the fabric that Vanna was using, but I found something called, I believe it's Sanguine, and it's Weeks Dye Works. This is a 30 count Weeks Dye Works in Sanguine, and I bought the biggest piece that I could buy, and the fabric looks kind of like that. So it's kind of, I'm not sure what I would call that tint. Maybe a little bit of a red tint. I would think Sanguine would be like a reddish color, almost like a wine color. But maybe a little, but it's so, I mean, it's just so fadey, and I think it looks old and fun. And then there is my start. There's that word again. There's my start on Vanna's border, and then the first little house, which is the Betsy Ross house, I believe. So there's the first little start on that, and this is really fun and really sweet, and I'm enjoying it. And yeah, and I'm using a needle minder that I made when I very first started making my own needle minders before I found McKenna's Sincere Stitches minders. But I thought that worked well for what this was all about. So yeah, so I started that yesterday, and then I really wasn't planning to do Main Street by Country Cottage Needleworks. I looked at it a couple times and thought about doing it and decided I had enough to do and wasn't going to do it. And then Vonna published a border for that. And I don't even like borders that much, but that border just drew me right into it. And I decided, what the heck? And so when I went to order the fabric for Early Americans, I ordered the fabric, and I did order that called for fabric for Main Street. And this is, I believe, a blue sapphire 32 count linen. It's just the called for, and I started on this today. So here is, so the fabric's kind of not really showing. It's a little more blue or bluey green than what you're seeing there. I think it looks kind of gray there. But it's going to be great. It's going to be perfect for this. And I'm using all the called for colors and Vonna's border at the top, kind of a scrolly leafy border. So that's my start on Main Street. And what I would like to do is, in the next couple days, I would like to get the first 2 blocks of these done. So the first, so Betsy Ross, and then this is going to be a flower shop for Main Street. So I'd like to get those done in the next day or 2, and then I can have some time to work on some other things, but we'll kind of see how it's going. The other thing I've been working on fast and furiously is still the July Workplay by Brenda Gervais, and I'm almost done with that. I have one more fish, I think, to do, the word July, and then and stripes. So I have stars, and I have to do and stripes, and then the word July goes up here, and I think that's it for this one. And I just absolutely love this one. I think it's so, that is a McKenna needle minder. How perfect. Little seahorse for a little seaside thing. Isn't that a beautiful needle minder? McKenna just does such nice work. Anyway, that's that. So yeah, so I'd like to get that done. I'd like to get this done, and then I have 2 projects to finish for Colleen. Her June wordplay is all finished, and then she has actually a bunny, an Easter bunny that I think might also be a Brenda Gervais. So I kind of want to get this done and then finish all 3 of them at the same time. And I think I'm just going to do pillows on all 3 of them. Not 100% sure on that, but I'll be sure to show them to you when I finish them. Then the other big thing is I spent the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, at the rug cooking store in a class, and I think I'm gonna attempt to do a tutorial of rug cooking. I've had several people ask, and several people ask lots of questions about rug cooking, what we use, how we do it, how it's done, etc. And so I think I'll do it separate from my stitching videos or updates. But I think I am going to do a tutorial and just kind of give people some idea, and then if people have more questions, they can feel free to ask me. But anyway, this weekend was a class. It wasn't a class actually in how to rug hook. It was a class in more in actual art. So we did the color wheel and how that's all kind of done and put together, and what colors go with what colors, which is something I struggle with a lot. And then we learned how to draw a few things, and it was so much fun to kind of take a drawing class. I've never taken a drawing class. And then from that, we did some design, so some rug design, and we designed our own rugs based on some various things that the teacher had. Her name is, it's just going to go right out of my head. Diana, oh my goodness. She lives in Ankeny, Iowa. I can't think of her name anyway. She's a phenomenal teacher. She was an art teacher in schools, elementary art teacher for years and years and years, and now she travels teaching rug design and that sort of thing. But anyway, she gave us, I mean, hundreds upon hundreds of ideas for designing rugs, and we took those and kind of designed our own rugs or mats or whatever. And I had taken a class from her last year, and from that class I produced 6 small 9x13 mats that I have been giving away as I've made or taken, say, a casserole to an event, or taken food to somebody who's sick or whatever. The little mat, tied it with a ribbon on the bottom of the casserole dish, and then they can use it for a hot pad or whatever. So I made 6 of those, and I didn't want to do any more mats, so I designed my own rug. And again, there was a lot of influence from the teachers, so it's not like I came up with this all by myself. But the idea was to only use leftover noodles, so leftover scraps of wool that had already been cut, and I have boxes upon boxes or bins upon bins of leftover noodles, and it's really quite challenging if you have a color scheme in mind to go through and try to figure out what noodles to use. But got pretty far. This took me a little longer, I think, than it would have taken if it had been a planned out rug, but it's just kind of a geometric. It's square. I think this measures about 31 by 31. And I'm going to have to stand up to show you. So this is the start, and it's she calls this design, I believe, firecracker. So it's really just circles interlaced with other circles. And I sort of have had the idea that I would, whatever noodle I pulled, I would use. And that works okay until you pull a noodle that just really doesn't work, and then you have to go searching for the perfect noodle. So, and then my background is just all darks. So there's purple darks, brown darks, black darks, all different kinds of darks in my background. So it's just a very scrappy, utilitarian rug, not pretty, kind of a rug only a mother would love, and I do love it. I think it just looks so much like the old rugs that people used to hook years ago, and you know, when they just needed them for the floor of their house. I'm actually going to use it for a table topper. So our eat-in kitchen table is a rectangle, and I'm going to put it on the middle of that at an angle and use it as a table topper. So that's what I'm doing with that. So hope to get that finished this week, and then work some more on Old Settlement. One last thing to show you. I got a lovely Mother's Day gift from my oldest daughter when she was here for graduation, and I'm so excited about it. I have it in the cabinet here behind me, but so I don't know if you all have heard of this company called Mud Pie, but they make these lovely ceramics with for the kitchen, stamped. I guess these are stamped. I'm not really sure, with all different sayings. And this is one. This is a cake bowl, a batter bowl, and it says "Bake the world a better place." Bake the world a better place. And it looks like this. And it's just this really, it's really difficult to show this to you, but it's just this really lovely bowl. And it came with this lovely spoon that says "Batter Up" on the handle. Lovely wooden spoon with ceramic handle. Anyway, I give this Mud Pie stuff to people frequently for gifts, for birthdays and Christmases and what have you, and I've given several pieces to my daughter. That's the first piece I've ever owned, so I'm very excited about it. That's it, guys. That's everything I have for you today. I hope everyone's doing well. Enjoy the rest of your week. It's super hot here in Nebraska, and we're supposed to get terrible bad storms tonight, so cross your fingers on that one. Take care and talk soon. Bye, guys.